yes I can see ya. 'Cause every girl here wanna be ya. Oh, she's a diva.
So how do you feel about racism?
I feel that it is indespicably bad.
Why is that? What do you think is bad about it?
We are all made equally.
Do you think that sexism is a big problem?
No, I don't think not around here.
How do you feel about racism?
We need racism
Why do we need racism?
because we just need it. Everything's based off of racism.
Do you think racism is bad?
Depends.
Are you racist?
These sort of. I have jokes.
Okay. Do you think that people should fit into the stereotypes that they are seen to be?
It depends.
Like if you see some kid with a beanie and sagging his shorts, do you see him as a stoner?
Yeah.
Do you think that sexism is a big problem?
Like what?
Like women not getting treated as equal as men?
They're just there to like make us food and stuff.
How do you feel about racism?
I think that racism is something that's completely unacceptable, and that it, in certain places, it still does exist, but I don't think that it should, and I don't think that anybody should be judged by the color of their skin, period.
Okay, and do you think that people should act the way that they're stereotyped to be?
I don't think so. I think you should be comfortable with who you are, and probably depending on how you're raised is how you're going to act. But I don't think that you should fit into the typical, like, I wouldn't be a thug, I wouldn't think, you know?
Yeah. And do you think sexism is a big issue nowadays?
I think it still does exist, but I don't see it a whole lot more, but I think depending on what you do in your job, that it probably still does exist. I'm sure there's fields that are more like male dominated than female dominated, and I think it just is on how you're raised also to believe that women are below you or vice versa.
How do you feel about racism?
I don't like racism, but racism is always going to be a part of human culture, just because it's just basic for people to see differences. Whether if there weren't different races, there'd be other things. There'd be height, weight,
Alright.
gender.
Just a way of judging people.
It's a way of separating. Sometimes people have low self-esteem because of the race. Sometimes they have higher self-esteem because of the race. They think the race is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, how do you feel on if people are seen as a certain stereotype? Do you think that they should fit into that to be, like, if they're seen that way, that they should act that way?
I don't know if you should or shouldn't, but people choose to sometimes, just because it's easier. Especially when you're growing up, you need an identity. You feel like you need an identity, so you cling on to certain things. You may have hated it when you were growing up, but then you associate it. Also, if you grew up with certain kinds of foods or certain clothing around you, people around you, then it's a lot harder to go against that.
Alright, and do you think that sexism is a big issue now?
Yeah, it's always going to be a big issue, I think. People say there's sexism in the workplace. It's usually more with corporate jobs, like as far as pay scale goes. But there's certain things, like even men get discriminated here. When the toilet's backed up, they call in the guys to fix it. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
My life be like, yeah.
Many people think that racism is bad, and it's going to take more than one person to stop it. In the book Black Boy, Richard realizes this through many people, that it's going to take more than just him to stop racism and discrimination.
Many people think that they should be able to act the way they want, but in the story Black Boy, Richard is told to act differently because he's African American. His mom and family members tell him to act differently. They tell him not to ask so many questions about why racism is there, and he tries to fight it because he understands that it's wrong.
I mean, what can I say? Babies in the backs.
Hey, Jew.
Pennies! Yes.
The Jewish stereotype. Stereotype of Jewish people liking change.
Well, it's true.
Oh yeah.
It's true. You threw a penny, they run after it.
Hey, Pedro!
Yo, what up, man?
Did you go mow the lawn?
No, man, just because I'm Mexican doesn't mean I mow the lawn, man. Okay? That's mean, man.
Yo, I'm gonna call up my African American friend. Yo, Xavier.
Yo, what up?
Yo, you wanna go to KFC?
Yeah, man, that sounds great.
Yo, you like that KFC, huh?
Yeah, man, give me drumsticks all night.
You like that fried chicken.
Oh, yeah.
I remember those days when I was standing grande money.
KFC wouldn't be in business if there wasn't black people. Because black people make it sound good because they say, I need some chicken legs. So then white people are like, oh, let's go get some chicken legs as a joke, but really.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all.
None of this reflects on us. This is not our opinion.
This is just a project. We're not racist, sexist, or anything. This is just other people's opinions, not us.